Fighters Takedown Day continues at this hour. Those pictures that you are seeing at the bottom of your screen there, they are fugitives that local and federal officers hope to get off the streets today. Isis Romero is live at police headquarters where they've been taking your tips all afternoon long. Isis?
That's right, Ursula, and I understand that the number of calls and tips into SARAC have increased substantially since about noon today, which is when we started Takedown Day. Again, these fugitives are wanted for a variety of crimes, and the men and women that you see behind me are the ones taking in those calls and tips. Again, the number to call is 225-TIPS. Now, as we mentioned at 5 o'clock, human trafficking is a huge problem in San Antonio, partly because it's a major stop along the I-10 corridor. Our Corey Smith has more on the nightmare these victims are forced to live through and what the FBI is doing to crack down.
It wasn't until the 2003 launch of the Innocence Lost initiative that the FBI began to devote major resources to fight human trafficking. Since then, raids like this one have become common in big cities and small towns across the country, netting more than 1,400 pimps and rescuing more than 3,400 children.
Most of the victims are young girls. However, we are seeing a trend where there's an increasing demand for young boys.
But the raids also help agents learn about trafficking networks and the criminals who operate them. And that intelligence shows some alarming new trends. The criminals are no longer confined to the shadows of society or the dark corners of the internet. FBI Special Agent Michelle Lee says they're operating in plain sight, at times choosing to hunt in groups and often at major events.
They travel the same way that maybe a band would travel from city to city. They assist in venue selection and in recruiting. They set prices and they work on marketing together.
This collaboration has turned sex trafficking into a lucrative business for the pimps involved. Their victims, some as young as age 9, can bring in $67,000 throughout their career. A career the FBI says lasts on average about 5 years.
That is as long as they're going to be able to either perform because of health problems or in many cases, they die.
That short window puts even more pressure on law officers grappling with an industry that's getting bigger and showing no signs of slowing down.
If someone thinks that they're immune to this problem, they're in denial. It's pretty much everywhere.
Including right here in the Alamo City. Corey Smith, KSAT 12 News.